Kayla, when we start, make sure you're seated, all right? Kayla?
Hello.
Yeah, we're going to begin in a few seconds here. Make sure you're seated, all right?
Okay, do you know how long I'm at work?
Yep, we're ready to begin now.
Okay.
Now session, middle of page 2. Stephen Johnson Jr. versus Kayla Bodine.
For the record, this matter is before the court on plaintiff father's motion to prohibit defendant mother from allowing the minor children to be in the presence of the paternal grandparents. This hearing is being conducted via Zoom. President Attorney Ron Bruce representing the plaintiff father, Stephen Johnson Jr. Mr. Johnson Jr. is present. In addition, Kayla Bodine, you are also present. The parties have conferred with Mr. Pratt from the front of the court. Mr. Pratt has provided the court with fine recommendation. First of all, that mother shall provide the father a proof of valid driver's license. That's obviously critical to transport the child. And the paternal grandparent shall not be present during mother's parenting time. Neither party shall make any disparaging remarks or allow third parties to make disparaging remarks about the other in the presence of the children. Mr. Bruce, obviously this recommendation is agreed with your client. Is that correct?
It is.
Right. So Ms. Bodine, do you understand the recommendation?
Yes, can I say something, please?
Absolutely.
Okay, so first of all, I have a driver's license. Y'all can look it up.
Okay, hold on, Ms. Bodine. That's not an issue. We just want you to provide proof of that. Provide a Xerox copy of that to Mr. Bodine or a screenshot. Send it to him. That'll take care of that. Okay.
I never had a screenshot of his.
Okay. Do you think his license is suspended for some reason?
I mean, maybe.
All right. Mr. Bruce, any problem with Mr. Johnson providing a copy of his driver's license to Ms. Bodine?
No, Judge.
All right. So both parties shall provide a copy of their current driver's license to the other party. You can take a picture of it on your phone and send it to the other party. So do that today. All right. What else, Ms. Bodine?
Okay, so his parents raised my daughter. Whatever they said or whatever they got going on has nothing to do with me and my child. Because if I would sit here and just let them not see her, like his wife said that to my 9-year-old daughter that I was dead and that she's her mother and I wasn't her mother and that she don't have no siblings, but yet she can still be around the daughter, my daughter. So I don't know why I can't go to a pumpkin patch with their grandparents. That was my decision, not his. If he don't want her to see him, that's on his terms. But that should not be on me. I am still mom. I should have decisions too. If you don't want her to see him, that's on your terms. That's not on mine. Because I don't like their parents. But that's not about me. It's about her.
The court does not know what the background history is.
I don't conduct that.
Let me know when you're done, Ms. Bodine.
Go ahead.
The court does not know what the history is or why. It is a very unusual request on the part of dad. He doesn't want his parents to see his own child. But the reality is this parenting time that you have, that's parenting time for you as a mother. It's not for your sister, your mother, or his mother. This is for you.
My mom's dead.
Okay, I'm just saying this is your parenting time as a
right.
Like as a mother,
when he
this is your parenting time. This is not for.
I shouldn't be dictated who can be around my child. That should be my choice. I'm mom too.
Okay. Well, for example, let's say that the neighbor's a drug dealer. It's not your choice as to who the daughter goes around with. If the two of you cannot agree, then the court has to make that decision.
She came out my freaking cooter, my belly. I carried her. Why isn't it?
I understand Mr. Johnson's the father of that child. It is an unusual request, but again, obviously, they can file if they want grandparenting time. They can.
That request too. What do you mean?
Ms. Bodine, tell me when you're done so I can respond to your concerns. She can't be
around the grandparents. I don't want her around Georgia because why is she saying that I'm dead? And that's her mom. And she can't call her Georgia and she can only call her mom. No. If she can see the grandparents, she cannot see Georgia either.
Let me know when you're done.
I'm done. But I'm saying if she can't see her grandparents, she can't see Georgia either. Because you're saying she said remarks about them. Okay, well, I'm saying she said remarks about me. So that's not cool. She just told my own daughter that her mother was dead and that that's her daughter. But y'all not doing
Mr.
nothing about that.
Mr. Bruce, what's the concerns of your client? What's the harm to this child having contact with her grandparents if in fact the grandparents have an established relationship with the child?
They raped her.
Well, I mean, they're my client's parents. My client currently has issues with his parents. They're making disparaging remarks to the child about my client, the dad. He feels it's not appropriate that they be around him at this time and that it's interfering with his relationship with the child. I think, I mean, we're
And I
not
feel
calling
like
the
it's
police,
inappropriate.
Kayla.
Ms. Bodine, do not interrupt, please. Otherwise, we're going to mute you.
I mean, my client's
Ms. Bruce.
not trying to police who, the mom is, taking the child around other than his personal family. I think my client should have the decision whether or not the grandparents see, the daughter.
But again, obviously, the court's not convinced that the paternal grandparents are in danger, or the child's in danger in the presence of the paternal grandparents. It's not like we have an alleged drug dealer or a child abuser. Ms. Bodine, how often do Mr. and Mrs. Johnson see your daughter?
Whenever they want, whenever she wants to, because they're her grandparents and raised her.
Okay. But you're always present. Is that correct? It looks like we lost Miss Bodine. Miss Bodine, you still there?
No, I'm right here.
All right. All right. Here's
I
what
just
court's gonna
don't
do.
think it's fair that they raised her from the time she was born because Stephen was always at work from the time that he got with Georgia, and now they're dangerous? No, Georgia's dangerous. If y'all want to sit here and say that it's not okay and that they're dangerous because they want to sit here and say all this stuff, okay, then why isn't Georgia dangerous? Because she literally told her that I was dead. What is the difference between them saying stuff about them, but it's okay for Georgia to say stuff about I'm not getting it.
I'm sorry, who's Georgia?
The girlfriend, the stepdad that's trying to take my spot.
Miss Bodine, you're yelling. You're yelling. I cannot understand what you're saying. You got to slow down a little bit. I don't know who Georgia is, but Miss Bodine, what about if in fact are you willing to be present?
Sat here, okay, Georgia
Ms.
has
Bodine?
sat here multiple times and
Ms.
told my
Bodine.
daughter that I am not her mother and that Georgia is her mother. She can't even call Georgia without them getting mad or sitting
I don't know
here
who
saying
Georgia is. Miss Bodine, we're going to mute you for a
Stephen's
minute.
wife or girlfriend or whatever she is, I don't care. It's dangerous.
Can we mute
Y'all
Miss
sitting
Bodine?
here saying the same thing about the grandparents. Okay, but
Okay.
something is being done about the grandparents, but
Okay, Miss Bodine, we've muted you because you won't stop talking or listening. Are you going to be present during all such time as your daughter's in the presence of the paternal grandparents? Are you going to be present during those times? We mute her to get the answer to the question.
It's Anaya.
I don't know why she's not unmuting herself.
You're going to mute yourself, Miss Bodine. Are you going to be personally present during all such time as the paternal grandparents are present with your daughter?
okay, well then they can't be present, but neither can Georgia. I'm not stating, y'all are stating that they're saying stuff about you guys, but yet Georgia can say the same stuff, telling my 9-year-old daughter that her mom is dead and that's her daughter. But y'all don't see that's inappropriate?
Can
Honor,
someone tell the court who Georgia is?
Honor, that is my fiance, and my parents have told her that. We have never once told this child that her mother passed away or her siblings. Her
No,
mother
but that was
disappeared for
told
2.5 years, and then we told her she's still alive and everything. That's why she wasn't shocked when random one day she called her after my parents got in an argument with me, told them that we were trying to take the child away from her. We're trying to
because
get her
you
off the
are.
purpose sick. We told the child she's dead. My parents all started this stuff after a family argument. They
No,
dropped the vehicle
no.
off to me, and after this, Caleb Bodine finally dropped back into Anaya's life. And there's never once we have told this child that her mother
I'm not
is
being
dead. We
Anaya's
never
life,
once
but you
told her
took
that
her
they
from
call
me.
her mother dead. We never once tried to replace Georgia as her mother. We never told her to call
Yes,
her
you
mother.
do.
If you don't decide to call her mother, that's fine. She can call her by her name. That's fine. But we
Okay,
have once told her
Look at the
multiple
whole.
Kayla Bodine
okay,
is her
right.
mother.
You're lying.
Okay, all right. Come on, Ms.
I think
Bodine, you
I-
keep interrupting everyone. We're gonna mute both parties, please. We're gonna mute both parties. Mr. Pratt, the court, if we start then prohibiting the paternal grandparents from seeing the child, then are we gonna then start prohibiting the fiance, the alleged girlfriend from seeing the child?
Your,
The
Your
court
Honor, it's not a prohibition to the grandparents being around the child, just that mom being in control of that, because the concern is that there's a breakdown in the relationship because of things the grandparents are saying regarding dad. And I had the same issue in the breakout room. Mom wouldn't talk to me.
okay,
Judge, I think my client's concern is that all of this information that Kayla's spewing out is coming from the grandparents. They're not coming from my client. He denies saying any of this stuff. The only way they possibly would know any of that is coming from these grandparents.
so the court's informed that Ms. Bodine has left the breakout room. I know she said that I'm in a hurry because I'm at work. Well, she should have been prepared. But this recommendation, Mr. Pratt, says that paternal grandparents should not be present during the parenting time.
During
So it
mom's
prohibits it.
parenting time, yes.
So your intent was to recommend that the mother shall be present?
Your Honor, it would be that dad should be able to allow the grandparents because they're his parents.
Right, but apparently he's
That's my
refusing. Apparently he doesn't want his parents to see the child. If these grandparents raise the the grandparents should have a relationship with the child. I mean,
My client would
I guess,
dispute that they raised it, Judge. I mean, my client's the one who had custody. Not the grandparents.
but this language, Mr. Pratt, if I'm understanding, is that they cannot have parenting time during mom's parenting time. Obviously,
Correct.
we already know dad's not gonna permit it. The court's inclined to simply perhaps order that the mother shall be present during any such time as the child's in the possession of the paternal grandparents. What about that? Mr. Pratt, any thoughts?
Well, Your Honor, my understanding is she has been present when they have parenting time, and the issue still remains that there's been disparaging remarks, and her retort was exactly what you heard, that people are talking about her, and unfortunately, that's why no disparaging remarks, but she didn't agree to that either, Your Honor.
Okay, there's no question, Ms. Bodine was not being constructive in the discussions. All right, thank you, Mr. Pratt. I appreciate that. Obviously, you've thoroughly vetted the matter, so the court will adopt the recommendation as presented. Paternal grandparents shall not be present during mother's parenting time. Mr. Johnson, hopefully you can reach out to your parents. I mean, if they have a relationship with your daughter, that's critical for a 9-year-old child. They have a relationship with the parents. It's very shocking that you're the one that's asking that your parents not be around your child. So maybe
Yes,
you need to
Honor.
have that all discussion with your parents in terms of, okay, let's not say anything negative. To try to mend that fence with your parents.
I tried that on her like 25 times before this incident. I have it on my other child. They will not stop mouth talking child. Child comes home crying. Why Mimi and Papa saying this and all
Why don't
this?
you reach
I
out?
tried
I'm
multiple
suggesting-
times.
The court suggests you reach out to your parents and just have a discussion with them in terms of what we need to do to repair relationships. So we're not talking negative about each other.
I even got a text on my phone. They told me that I'm dead to them. Don't come to my father's in the deathbed. And I didn't do nothing wrong.
All right.
They even dropped off a card that I helped give them a loan for and told me, here you go, you can pay the rest of the loan off. We're mad at you.
All right. Well,
Something I didn't do, Honor.
Life's too short, Mr. Johnson. You got to try to establish
Yes.
a relationship. In any event, court will adopt the recommendation, Mr. Bruce, as per your request. And Mr. Johnson, do provide a copy of your driver's license to Miss Bodine so she can send you a copy of hers. Okay.
Do I gotta show her my license number, or can I block that off so she can't use it for anything else?
Well, I mean, what you gonna use your driver's license number for?
You gotta use it for your gas, you gotta use it for your electric.
Probably block some of it off.
Yeah,
All right,
my date of birth, just to show that my face, and it says Michigan State of License. It's been issued since I've been,
Yep.
had my license
All
since
right.
I was 16.
all right, that'll be sufficient then.
Do I wait till she shows me a picture, then show her
No,
mine?
you question her, the license, whether it's valid. So I'm suggesting you
Yes.
want proof from her, give her yours right off the bat, so she can then say, well, please send me yours. So that issue is addressed. So that's my suggestion.
Yes, Honor.
All right, thank you, Mr. Pratt. Mr. Bruce, court will adopt the recommendation as presented, knowing that Miss Bonin has chosen to leave. That'll conclude this matter. Thank you all.
Thank you, Honor.
Thank you, Judge.